in the upper right. He is only one win away. He is
SoO Deer.
He has to win the next 3 games in a row for his dream of being a champion to be realized. Can he do it? He is.
SK Telecom T1, SoO.
You know, guys, when you get this far in a tournament like this, it's so hard to ever even get this far again back. That's why people like MVP or NST are such big deals, is we're like, oh my God, you're back here again?
Yeah, it's
You're
near
actually
impossible.
familiar with this? This is like pro gamer's dream.
The amount of games that are available for your opponents to study. The fact that you may be overconfident, other people are going to be very hungry. It's hard to keep it up, man. It's near impossible. But one thing I really want to talk about here is the amount of metagaming and mind games kind of going into this. Right now, Forge Expand is the less popular of the expands between Forge and Gateway.
That's very true. Gateway much more popular.
Deer is really favoring that in this match, and I think that that's probably throwing SoO off a little bit.
Well, I bet people aren't doing this anywhere near as much in practice games.
No, and in fact, I think you have to look at it as a Zerg player and say, well, I think overall he should be Gateway expanding more than Forge expanding. Then you practice more against that because of that. But as soon as the player just stops the Gateway expands, some big portion of your practice is now gone.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's now not completely meaningless, but all the timings change.
And that's one of the problems you play against a top-tier Protoss. You do have to prepare for that specific Protoss.
Well, he's scouting what's going on, sees that it is, in fact, that Forge expansion. He is taking his 3rd base. In the meantime, the probe just kind of checking everything out while the Zerglings look for him. And a Zergling already hot on that probe's trail. Not going to let Aklon waste happen to him again.
No, certainly not.
Oh, left behind the bushes. All right, so after that Cybernetics core finishes up, we're going to see what does Deer have planned this game. Do you think he's going to do a 2-base attack, or he's going to go into 3 bases?
I think it could be either, to be frank. I don't think a 2-base would hurt, really. He's already proven that he can do a very good job with that. And timing attack when you're this far ahead doesn't really hurt.
To be fair, the 3rd base that Zerg has taken here, that's very easy to attack downhill into if you do a 2-base attack. But I don't know if he's going to do something like that. That'd be a little bit wild. He is grabbing his Stargate.
By the way, guys, get out there, hashtag GSL on Twitter. We want this trending worldwide.
Let everybody know. Great match going on right now. SoO fighting for his life. This could be over after this game.
It absolutely could, or we could be here for a little while longer. We watched SoO actually climb back from the grave.
Well, we have pretty standard gas timings coming out of SoO. Nothing out of the ordinary yet. So far, hard to say exactly what Deer's build is going to be. Starts the 2nd Sentry. The Stargate finishes up. No Robo yet. Okay, a Void Raid. So this is pretty standard for Deer as for what he's been doing so far today.
You know, Deer may have deemed that he's just in better shape right now than SoO, and all he simply needs to do is get into the late game. It's funny, though, because when we were talking about this match before it started, we were saying, really, it's going to be Deer that's going to have to finesse his way through this, as SoO is just so solid in the late game. But so far, that is not proving to be the case here.
You know,
Deer's made virtually no mistakes in this entire series, with the exception of one where he didn't quite have adequate defense for his 3rd, because it looks like he was going to win that game no matter what.
That is true, Tasteless. But he's kind of staying on a similar style here, which makes me think, you know, when all those coaches and players are going into the SKT1 booth to talk to SoO, you know that a lot of it, a big chunk of it has to be about the way Deer played in that game, right? Some amount other than stay calm, this is what you're doing in the next game, let's talk about it a little bit, make sure it's fresh in your mind. some of it has to be about how to kill what Deer's doing. And Deer's oh, never mind. This is different. This is a 7-gate +1 Void Ray push.
Sick.
This is a well-hidden all-in.
Now the question.
Oh, God. This is scary.
Really, is the Overlord going to get in here?
I don't think so. These Void Rays out?
You think he can clear it out? And this might mean, guys, that SoO is going to be blindsided.
Well, this is a tough one to stop, even if you know it's coming, Tasteless. He is getting his Hydralisk Den. He's getting a bunch of Zerglings. That will help.
He will be making a pylon up here. He needs his pylon to finish, and he'll have a wave of units he can warp in.
He now knows what's going on. Creep almost connecting his bases, so that's going to help out a little bit. A lot of Roaches on the way. Roach is going to be important, but those Void Rays will be able to kill them rather quickly.
Pylon almost done. Expect a huge warping round here, and then the attack will commence. Here it is now.
Oh, man, here it goes, Tasteless. This could decide it.
He probably has pulled Chrono Boost here, so they can warp in this next round very easily. Nice force fields coming down here. The Lings engaging some of these sentries. The sentries actually being microed very well right now.
Yeah, not losing those sentries quite yet. But this is also good micro from SoO. He's keeping his units back for the most part. The Roaches coming forward now. Oh, those are some good force fields. Really stopping the Roaches from coming up too far. And where is the anti-air?
There's too many Void Rays out here. The Roaches are taking too much damage. The next Queen has come down, but some Zealots come in here to soak up damage from the front. Stalkers now moving down. Roaches now retreating. We'll probably see drones pulled. There it is now.
Those drones coming up, really hitting on those Stalkers. The Roaches moving forward. The Void Rays doing a hugely good job on them.
A few Zealots warped in here. Again, just to be the damage battery. He's going for that pylon. There is a second one, though, in the back.
Okay, killing that pylon is a big deal. These Queens not going to quite
Okay, he's not targeting properly. He's not targeting properly over there. And it looks like the Roaches are going to eventually drive out the Zealots and the Stalkers.
Okay,
the one pylon taking damage.
I think he's maybe going to get the pylon. No, he's going after these Stalkers. Once again, the Stalkers being microed absolutely beautifully. Here come these Void Rays to help out against those Roaches once again. And he gets the pylon. A huge moment in this game.
He's pushed him back. And I don't know if he can recover from here. Deer is in a lot of trouble.
He did kill a lot of drones. He did force a lot of Roaches, but you're right, Tasteless. This is a 3-base Zerg right now. What is the follow-up for Deer?
All right, and it looks like we may have Deer not actually giving up with this attack, perhaps because there's not much else he can do from this.
Well, you know, right now there's not a lot of mobile anti-air, so his Void Rays are at least going to keep him safe to decide what he does next, and he starts pro production again. That tells us that he's going to be going into a 3rd base, and this game may, in fact, normalize.
Yep, he absolutely could. He's going to go ahead and now come down here, though, with his probe again.
Ooh.
Okay, maybe he's not going to. This game is not going to normalize, actually. He does need to tear down those rocks for sure. Now, I want you guys to know the second attack up here is not as common. That could catch Zerg off guard, but at the same time, Protoss just has got, I don't think, enough units here.
He's got 7 sentries, though. That's the really scary part here.
That is true, too.
Now, we do have Roach speed and +1 attack, as well as Zergling speed, some extra Queens also. SoO has to pick his spot, though. We're up to 9 sentries. That is so many force fields.
Yeah, he did bank a lot of gas, okay. Nice force field so far, but there's a really good arc here for these Roaches.
Some good micro from SoO. Look at that, pulling these Roaches back after every hit. The other Roaches getting through these force fields. Suddenly, it looks like SoO with a great concave on Deer.
Unbelievable. Pushing forward now, wiping out these Roaches here. Rather the sentries and the Stalkers. And I think that's it. 58 supply to 125. What the hell does Protoss do from here? GG.